Noah thought success was a giant leap that only special people could make. Every morning, he looked at his dreams and felt instantly overwhelmed. The more he wanted to change, the less he knew where to start. So he did what many people quietly do. He delayed everything again. The room was messy, the desk was buried, and his energy was gone. His phone kept stealing hours while his goals watched from the wall. At night, he promised tomorrow would finally be different. But morning always arrived faster than his motivation. One day, something strange happened before dawn. A small notebook was waiting on his desk, though he never placed it there. Its cover held just 4 words, "Start smaller than that." Noah opened it slowly, expecting some secret shortcut to success. Instead, the first page showed only one sentence. "If a task feels hard, make it ridiculously easy." Noah frowned, because the advice felt almost too simple to matter. Then he turned the page and found a drawing of a tiny domino. Below it, another sentence appeared in shining letters. "One small move can wake up an entire chain." That idea stayed fixed in Noah's head long after sunrise. So, the next morning, he tried the experiment. He did not force a perfect routine or a giant comeback. He simply sat up when the alarm rang. Then, he folded his blanket and made the bed. That tiny action gave him a strange feeling of control. Next, he drank 1 glass of water. It was ordinary siphment. It felt like a signal. His body seemed to understand that the day had started. The notebook then showed him the next rule. Sapshire, never fight the whole mountain. Step on one stone. So when he thought about exercise, he stopped imagining a brutal workout. He got down and did one push-up. His arms shook like wet noodles. He laughed, rested, and wrote a small check mark. The next day, he did 2. Then 3, then 4, then 5. The changes were tiny, almost invisible from the outside. But inside, something important had shifted. He was no longer waiting to feel ready. He was becoming the kind of person who begins. That identity change spilled into other parts of life. A thick book used to scare him instantly. Now, he opened it and read just 2 pages. He stopped asking, "Can I finish this whole book?" Instead, he asked, "Can I read for 4 minutes?" That question was gentle enough to answer with yes. 4 minutes became a habit that returned every evening. Pages slowly became chapters. Sads, praises. Chapters slowly became finished books. The boy who used to avoid reading now loved quiet learning. Then another challenge appeared: his scattered attention. Whenever he tried to focus, distractions attacked from every side. The notebook gave him a new instruction. Make bad habits far away and good habits close. So Noah's placed his phone in a locked box. He removed game devices and random clutter from his desk. He left only a notebook, a pen, and 1 open task. Suddenly, focus became easier because confusion had fewer places to hide. For the first time in months, he finished deep work without panic. That small win felt better than endless scrolling ever had. The end. Then he tested the same idea with money. He was not rich, and that had always discouraged him. Still, he dropped 1 coin into the jar. The sound was tiny, but oddly powerful. The next day, he added another coin. Soon, the jar no longer looked empty. Later, he created 3 jars: spend, save, and learn. Money stopped feeling like chaos and started feeling like direction. But growth is never a perfectly clean climb. 1 terrible week broke his rhythm completely. He slept late, ignored the notebook, and drowned in old habits. The room became messy again, and guilt rushed in fast. He stared to the pressure and felt like a fraud. That was the moment most people quit for good. But the notebook opened by itself to 1 final warning. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is a new habit. Noah took a deep breath and made one small rescue move. He cleaned one corner of the room. Oops. Then he drank water. Again. Then he read one page, not 20. He did one push-up, not 50. It looked unimpressive, but the comeback had already begun. That day taught him a secret traits most people ignore. Falling off track is normal. Returning is what builds power. Weeks later, his outside world began reflecting his inside change. His posture became straighter, and his eyes more alert. His room stayed cleaner because cleaning had become automatic. His workouts grew longer without feeling terrifying. His reading sessions grew deeper and more enjoyable. His savings jars started representing future possibilities, and his mind became quieter because fewer promises were being broken. Then a new door opened. Speaking in front of others. Public speaking had always terrified him, more than failure itself. So he used the fears and the save teams again. He did not aim to inspire a crowd. On day 1, he only practiced speaking for 30 seconds alone. The next day, he practiced for 1 minute. Then he spoke to one friend. Spoke to Austrian, then to 3 people. Then to a small room. Then to a sales prancer. Months later, Noah stood beneath bright stage lights. The crowd listened carefully, as he's told them a simple truth. Big lives are usually built by embarrassingly small beginnings. People nodded, because they saw their own struggles in his story. Noah realized his greatest progress was not visible in muscles or money. It was visible in the person he had become. He trusted himself now because he kept small promises. He understood that discipline was not punishment. It was self-respect repeated in tiny actions. One return after off-year was the highest form of self-respect. Soon, the staircase that once looked impossible felt different. It was still long, but no longer frightening. Because Noah no longer stared at the top. He simply watched his next step and took it. Nust. Then, another second sound. Then, another. Behind him, thousands of tiny steps had already changed his life. Ahead of him, even greater dreams were finally within reach. If you feel lost right now, do not wait for a miracle. Choose one small action and let it begin the chain, because one tiny step repeated daily can quietly rewrite everything.
Sometimes the road ahead resembles an endless staircase into gray clouds. Standing below it, we feel exhausted before taking one step. We want to rush upward and conquer everything in one moment. But rushing makes us slip, fall, and lose our confidence. After repeated failures, we sit down while time passes quietly. We imagine becoming healthier, calmer, organized, confident, and truly productive. Yet reality finds us surrounded by clutter and constant distractions. Our phones hold our attention while precious hours silently disappear. The staircase remains ahead, but we cannot find the beginning. Then one tiny step suddenly begins glowing inside the darkness. Someone shows the path and hands us one tiny seed. It seems far too small to change anything important. Yet one bright dot stands apart among countless ordinary circles. A little ball can trigger a chain across the room. A tiny snowball grows larger while rolling down the mountain. Every powerful transformation can begin with something nearly invisible. So we stop climbing the entire staircase in one attempt. We focus only on the first step directly before us. One small movement still carries us closer to the light. The alarm rings and 2 voices argue inside our minds. One requests more sleep. The other asks us to rise. This time, we do not demand a perfect morning. We simply sit up, straighten the blanket, and make the bed. Then we pour one glass of water and drink it. Nothing dramatic happens, but our first promise is completed. When exercising, we avoid demanding an impossible first workout. Even one push-up makes our arms shake and struggle. Still, that single repetition becomes a genuine beginning. The following day, we return and complete slightly more. 1 becomes 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. Small marks appear, proving our quiet effort is accumulating. What felt impossible slowly becomes familiar, normal and manageable. We look in the mirror and notice someone changing. Progress is not exploding above. It is growing underneath. Like a seed, change first builds roots beneath the soil. Only later does a green shoot reach the sunlight. That first leaf feels almost like witnessing a miracle. But the miracle came from caring for it daily. Learning follows the same pattern of manageable, repeated effort. A thick book feels mountainous when viewed all at once. A tall stack can defeat us before we begin. So we open one book and read only 2 pages. Tomorrow, we read 2 more and mark the calendar. 2 pages seem tiny, but repeated pages create chapters. Chapters become books, and books become knowledge within us. The towering stack no longer appears like an enemy. We sit calmly and let understanding grow page by page. A creative skill also starts with something awkward and simple. Our first circle may look uneven, weak, and embarrassing. We draw again, repeating the same movement patiently. Frame after frame, our hand steadies and our vision sharpens. Eventually, the empty screen becomes a colorful, finished artwork. Talent grows through hundreds of repetitions nobody else sees. Money develops through the same patience and small decisions. At first, the savings jar holds 1 lonely coin. It looks ridiculous beside expensive objects demanding our attention. Phones, games, clothes, and sales pull us away. We place another coin inside and protect our goal. Day by day, coins slowly fill the empty jar. One jar becomes each serving a meaningful purpose. We divide money among needs, savings, learning, and opportunities. Security grows from consistent choices, not one lucky moment. Still, life sometimes becomes crowded with too many responsibilities. Work, food, exercise, money, clocks, and alerts fall together. We fill the calendar, then wish to erase everything. Some days succeed, while others remain empty and unfinished. One missed mark can make the journey feel ruined. But one difficult day cannot erase weeks of progress. The important action is returning on the following day. We mark another box and patiently rebuild our rhythm. Instead of serving the calendar, we learn to guide it. We simplify the environment surrounding every habit we want. At night, clothes, shoes, and water wait beside us. We dress, take the bottle, and move before doubt. At the desk, unnecessary devices and cables disappear. Games, boxes, and distracting objects leave the workspace. Only essential tools remain beneath the warm desk lamp. The phone enters a locked box beyond easy reach. Notifications and social media crash against a protective shield. Inside this quiet space, attention finally begins breathing. We read beside warm light while a sleepy cat rests. Good environments make useful actions easier than distraction. Habits are not one enormous decision made once. They are signals and actions connected into repeating sequences. The clock, glass, shoes, calendar, and book become reminders. Each object quietly reveals what action should happen next. Wake, drink, move, work, learn, rest, and prepare. These actions form the steady rhythm of meaningful days. Stone after stone eventually becomes a dependable walking path. Every completed action creates another glowing point below. Bright steps appear where no visible road existed. From far away, the pathway still looks difficult. While walking, we only face the nearest step. The process will not always feel exciting or rewarding. Some days, even small weights make both arms tremble. Sweat falls, faces redden, and bodies beg to stop. Sometimes we collapse and lose another evening online. Wasted days stretch behind us like a heavy shadow. We may slip from the staircase toward the dark mountain. Falling never means the story has finally ended. A climber grips the rock, resets, and continues upward. When confused, we ask someone experienced for direction. A teacher, friend, or conversation can reveal the next step. Every lesson adds another section to our glowing staircase. Quiet effort eventually becomes visible to other people. Then we choose one important task and focus completely. We learn, practice, and solve problems with greater calm. First, we speak nervously before a small group. Later, we stand confidently before an entire crowded hall. What once frightened us becomes a place of strength. We stop drowning among screens, charts, and unfinished plans. We finish one meaningful task before beginning another. Small habits reveal the person we truly want to become. We choose reading, movement, saving, creating, learning, and growth. Repeated effort cracks the wall that once seemed unbreakable. One final strike opens sunlight and a wider life. Success was never one leap, but thousands of small steps. Drink one glass, read one page, save one coin. Place your foot on the first step before feeling ready. 1% daily can carry you beyond every old expectation.